I'm gonna just probably share all of these. I'll just go once through them. I'm probably gonna go through them at the beginning of the video, but whatever. I just completed all of them. So we got Troy, Julius, Pierce, Lynn, Carlos, and Dex. Alright, Chrymzon here, and I'm going to be creating Carlos as my first character. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of Saints Row characters from Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2. And so, yeah, I'm going to be showing the entire process from beginning to end of me creating the characters, so it's going to take a long time, which is why I'm going to be increasing the speed by, as much as my software can handle. And then we'll see where we go from there. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'm going to get started on all this customization. Okay, guys, I think I finished Carlos up. I think I did a pretty decent job. I gave him a bit of a mark from the accident that he had on the road that one time. You can always just take that off. And maybe he's a little bit buffer than what he was in the original game, but obviously he survives the first game and then becomes super super buff and strong and a badass and is still one of the greatest saints to this day. So, you know, I think most of it is okay except for the hat, because if you look at the hat, it's got like branded logo on it, and I have it the same color as the rest of the hat, but it still is visible. Don't really like that. Hopefully there's a plain version of this hat in the full game. Other than that, I think he's pretty decent looking. So let's see, the next one that I'm going to be moving on to is Lynn. That's the next character I'm going to be tackling. So I will be right back in a moment. Alright guys, once again, I mean, another, like, not completely perfect one. For some reason, I just couldn't get the face exactly how I wanted it. I think it's a decent job, though. And, yeah, here's a closer look at the face. Um, yeah, not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. And of course, they didn't have, the hairstyle that Lynn has in Saints Row 1. but this came pretty close. So overall, I'd say about average. Like most of these characters, I think that I've made so far up to this point have passed, except for Two-Face. Two-Face, I didn't really do a good job on, but most of them I think are at least at the barely passing mark. All right, so let's see. Who do I have next on the schedule? Next up is Pierce. All right, cool. So I'm gonna save this Lin model, and then I'll get started on Pierce. Alright guys, I'm done. And one thing that I learned while making Pierce is that necklaces and watches and stuff will not appear on top of your character if they're wearing a jacket. So that's why even though I put a necklace and a watch on Pierce, they're not popping up. It's because the jacket is obscuring it. But, you know, the varsity jacket is a really big part of his design from Saints Row 2, so I kept it. Overall, I think I did a pretty decent job with Pierce once, again, but I'm biased because I'm judging myself. I'll leave people in the comments to poke fun at me and my terrible skills and stuff, but I think it looks okay. I think he looks pretty decent, so I'm gonna save Pierce, and then the next person that we are going to move on and do is Julius. So that's gonna be the next character. All right, Julius completed. Like, I know I made him dress up in fancy attire, and in Saints Row 1, it was more street clothes, but I think that the outfit I gave him in the Boss Factory fits the aesthetic, the type of theme that Julius gives off. I think it fits his vibe. So, I'm not able to change the how the hat is worn, otherwise I would have put it on backwards. Um, if I wanted to, I could go in and, give him more street attire to make him feel more like a street gangster. But I think that this works. I think I pulled it off. I'll zoom in close on the face so that you can get a good look at it. So I would say Julius is a success. Let me know what you think. And now I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Troy. All right, Troy is up next. Okay, I have finished Troy. Uh, Not gonna lie, he looks pretty basic. You know, he looks like a generic character that you would just come across out in the world. Don't know if that's a good or a bad thing since he's an undercover cop, but I really wish that I could have gotten the shirt with like a horizontal line going right through it, but I didn't see one that fit that, so I just chose a generic polo shirt and turned it into a dark purple. And I'm gonna save this, and then I believe I'm out of slots, so this will probably be the last character for this video. And let's see, who is that last character? And it would just so happen to be Dex. Dex is next on the list. So I'm gonna go and start working on Dex. I'll be right back. Alright, so I finished up Dex. Unfortunately, because he's wearing a jacket, that means I'm not going to be able to put a necklace on him. Technically, I can, it's just it won't show up because he's wearing a jacket. And there's not really any hat that will still show his hair, and in Saints Row 1 he has his hat being worn sideways, and I can't really alter how the character wears a hat, so I just left the hat off. I think he looks pretty good. I'm gonna save him up, and then after that I'm gonna just probably share all of these. I'll just go once through them. I'm probably going to go through them at the beginning of the video, but whatever. I just completed all of them. So we got Troy, Julius, Pierce, Lynn, Carlos, and Dex. Okay, so I'm back. I just uploaded all of these guys to the boss factory. So here's the share code for them. This is Troy. Here's Julius, Pierce, Lynn, Carlos. He doesn't. He got glitched. The game does that sometimes. Anyways, yeah. This is Carlos. I don't know why it's taking Dex's body and putting it on Carlos's outfit. It's a glitch. Just ignore it. It should still work. Just use. There we go. That's the share code. And finally, Dex. And then I'm also going to go and show all the other ones in case you missed it in the previous video. We got the Joker, Penguin, Mr. Wong, Shaundi, and Gat. Okay, once again, I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.